Hello everyone. Even though I normally make videos where I'm launching rockets, flying planes, conducting space missions and stuff like that in Kerbal Space Program, I actually spend most of my time when it comes to aerospace stuff in Blender making models of stuff, and I intend to use them either in Kerbal Space Program or for other purposes. And this is one of the videos where I'm going to present one of these things, and this is of course a launch control center. And you can see I did have AI make the little images for the computers because I wanted different images for each of the computers and for them to be realistic. And it did a pretty good job. We have a flight director console here. Of course, in reality, things would change for every single, well, moment by moment, really. But we have 2045. We have not launched yet. It says it's holding at T minus 5 minutes. I specified that. And we've got system checks, things that are pending. I told it that the rocket shouldn't have launched yet. So those computer images were made by an AI. I made the little signs. That's easy enough. No problem there. So we've got different posts, and the posts have different stuff going on. This thermal map, well, that's not exactly how all the vehicles are going to look like, but we'll imagine that it's a state space instead of the actual model space. And, you know, that looks like a power screen to me, batteries and kilowatts and stuff like that. So it's all pretty good. And the tables are made by me. I need to make a better texture or find a better texture. I probably have a good wood texture that can be small enough to work. The seats, though, are from a free package from the Unity Asset Store, and so are the little pencil holder, pen holder, and the keyboard. So I made use of some assets that I had available to me from Unity, and I've bought assets from the Asset Store before, so I have a lot of assets that I could use and intend to employ. After all, this is not for Kerbal Space Program. I mean, the external launch control center will be for Kerbal Space Program. It's part of my Tampico scenery, but this is for doing stuff in other games. What I'd like you to picture is that we'll have lower quality people in the seats, but we're only going to be seeing the back of their heads. And what will happen is there'll be the portraits of the characters popping up on the side, sort of visual novel style, as they talk. And so that's the trick of it. Because, I mean, I'm not going to myself be able to animate 3D people talking all the time. I don't have that kind of anything. I don't have that person power, so we're going to have to cut some corners here and there, but we have a set. I wanted to zoom out here. The launch control center is actually inside a building. So there's the launch control. We can have people posed out here as well. And there's a door. It should say authorized personnel only. And it's a whole deal. This is the actual building, the mission control building. And it's a copy off of the NASA one. And Pekka, seeing my Tampico scenery, criticized the size of the mission control building there, and so I downsized it and made absolutely sure that it has to be this size. And the reason for that is because, oh, let's just take the roof off. It's easier. It's not just launch control, it's the mission control as well. So we have the launch control center here, but it also has to control missions in Earth space, around Mars, and around the moon, and then whatever other far-flung missions are going on. But mainly, it will have separate centers, separate little blocks like this up here for those four things. So we'll have launch control, and then we'll have a Earth orbit control, and then we'll have the lunar control, and then we'll have the Mars control. So they'll be side by side like this. And then back here, we'll have elevators and stuff like that. And there are multiple floors, of course, because there'll be people visiting, and all the other offices are down here. Of course, we've left room at the front for people who want to observe there, but the launch controls don't normally include those windows. People will have to step outside of the launch control room if they want to look outside with binoculars or whatever. But otherwise, this building is placed as part of the Tampico scenery, The interior I'm not going to include with the Tampico scenery because that's getting too much. That's just for my own purposes for other scenes. But that is what I've been working on. Now, is it really ready yet? No, I mean, there's other set dressing to do. It's fairly lightweight. If you take a look, all the stuff here combined is just 84,000 vertices, 134,000 faces. I've seen single models that are many times that amount. So we're in good shape as far as being able to add detail in here. Even if I wanted to add it to Kerbal Space Program and like have the Kerbals ride the elevators up and go in, it's possible. This is game ready, if you will. And so we can do more like that. Fairly simple thing. I sure hope I solidified this. there needs to be an interior and an exterior. Let's see. Oh, I haven't solidified it yet. Okay, well, let's add a solidify modifier. So I'll be doing more stuff with it. But that's what I've been working on. And it's just another little asset that will allow me to tell stories eventually. Eventually. I'm making all this stuff, all these spacecraft and everything else, so that eventually I can maybe tell some stories. And that's the idea. But it's not ready yet because one reason it's not ready is because, well, it's not savory to have the little pen holders all on the same side of the desk. We should vary things. There should be papers strewn about, clipboards. Maybe some of the desks have 2 seats for people to confer, usually a PAO desk. That's this one. Might have more than one person. Same with the Capcom. Usually they have like a whole bunch of astronauts gathered around that one, so there's probably going to be a few people. Also, the microphones I need to add. I think most of the desks need microphones. Sometimes they just wear headsets, so that's a possible thing too. I'm not going to do the wires because that's going to be way too many polygons. So we'll keep it simple to that extent, but this will be a good basis for stuff. And there's not even the rendered version. Once we have rendering and lighting, I have to get the lighting right, but you know, it can be a little bit better. But it looks like I need some emission from the screens here. So that is how you do that. If you want to, let's get all the screens ready for rendering like this. Here, you'll learn how to do this too. So we make sure that the proper image texture is being used, and then bump up the strength. We'll have them all be the same. And it's because the screens are part of 3 different materials. All right, now we're all set, but I should really just get some lighting in here. But that's looking better. If it was really rendered, it is just on the fly rendering right now, and it's using Eevee. This is a cycles render, which is, well, let's not go around like that for now. All right, so there you have it. That's what I've been working on. I've got my own little mission control center, which is not casting that shadow quite right. So we'll just leave it like this. So with that being my latest effort in aerospace things, I'll say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do press like. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. And I'll see you next time.